Hi, this is Tim Davis with DoControl. I want to tell you a little bit about how DoControl can help you with data access control as part of a broader solution around SaaS protection in what we call a SaaS security platform, or SSP. Data access control is one of the key pillars of SSP, and it's something that DoControl can absolutely help you with. And that, of course, starts with visibility. So we can see very quickly on the DoControl posture page how many files we have shared externally, internally, publicly, and we can see that across multiple applications. Today we're going to look specifically at Google Drive and public files that are shared in Google Drive. So from this page, I can drill in very quickly and I can see all of the publicly shared files that are in my Google Drive portfolio, and I can filter further if I want by looking at just for a certain user. So I can select this user, say, hey, this user should not be anybody who has anything shared publicly. So now I've selected all public files for this particular user. I could do that also by groups, by organizational units, however I want to filter and select this data. But then here's what's very powerful, right? Rather than having to go into Google Drive as an administrator and unshare all these files, find where they are, dig through directories and locations, or search for them by identifiers and things like that, I can just simply select all the items that match this filter and then select an action to do remove public sharing. At this point, I can bulk remediate up to 100,000 assets at any given time. So that's very powerful. It saves a tremendous amount of time. What's going to happen here as I click this is we're going to generate an assessment report that's going to be emailed to you. Why do we want to do that? We want to do that because permissions in SaaS are a little more complicated than it seems, right? They're not just granted at the file level, but they could be granted at the folder level. They could be granted at the drive level. And so you can easily cause problems if you just go in and unintelligently remove access at the file or drive level because there may be items that you want to remove permission for underneath those that are inheriting permissions, but there may be items that you don't. And so we want to give you an understanding and a visibility first, right? Like with any powerful tool, it can has the ability to do some powerful things, but it also can do some damage. So you see here very quickly, we've gotten our report and we see that we have 59 valid permissions. So I can click here from a link right from the email with the report, and that's going to take me back into DoControl, and now I'm ready to run my remediation. We've already selected a workflow that will run this remediation for us. I can customize that workflow. We'll take a look at that here in a minute if I want to do additional things around that workflow, but I can click Remediate Assets. This is going to initiate that workflow and take us into remediating these files. So real quick, let's go look at that workflow and exactly what it's doing. It's very straightforward, a default workflow, but we'll also see how we have the ability to maybe customize this and add some additional features and functionality. So all this workflow is doing is taking all of the publicly shared files that match the filter that we set up when we did our assessment, and then removing the public link, right? So public link means anyone with the link, anybody can share it. That's how Google works. All the other platforms, whether it's Microsoft, Box, Dropbox, have a similar concept of anonymous or public sharing. And again, we can do that for the same process for any and all of these. Bulk remediation, again, up to 100,000 files at a time being cleaned up. This is important because this is helping you, sanitize that environment. It's key because there's going to be technical debt inside your SaaS platform, whether you have an existing SaaS solution, security solution, or data protection solution or not. There's going to be technical debt, and so this is going to help you very quickly clean that up. Of course, we don't want to have to come back and do this all the time. We'll talk about how we can help with that problem in a future video. But for now, let's see here what we could do. This is our default workflow for this, but I would also have the options to notify users that, hey, we're going to remove public sharing for this. So I could say, notify this user in Slack or an email or both, right? That we're going to, hey, in 7 days, we're going to remove the public sharing on this, or in 5 days or whatever, right? So I could very easily set up something like this for each of these files to notify the user or users that are relevant to this use case, right? So we can pull in the user information, or there we go, and we can pull in and then send them a nice notification, and then wait 7 days, something like that, right? We could even give them the option to request an extension, or to go ahead and remove the sharing. So there's all kinds of different capabilities that are possible here within this workflow. So let's go back and look at our filter now, and let's see if what's happened up to this point, right? So what we should see is the remediation is still in progress, but all of the public sharing for these files have been removed. And if I go to my Google Drive and I look at my drive for this user, and I see these test files that were shared publicly, now the public sharing is gone. And just to prove that, we'll drill in here and see that this has been set to restricted. So that's how you do a bulk remediation with DoControl on Google. And again, we can do the same things for other platforms as well. And this is very powerful because it helps you get that cleanup to get from where you are. Again, we show you where you are, and this gives you the ability to get from where you are to where you want to be in terms of your data access posture inside your critical, mission-sensitive SaaS platforms. Thanks for watching.